Good morning, everybody. Day 37. Good to see you all. All right, so we are going to continue and move forward with this technique. I'm aware I'm breathing in, and I'm aware I'm breathing out. In regards to the technique, just let the simplicity of it take you over. Give yourself fully to the observation of your breath. And what helps me is the meta observation that you are repeating this mantra, this phrase of awareness. So it's like, I'm aware that I am aware of saying, I'm aware that I'm saying I'm aware of my breath in. I'm aware that I'm repeating in my head in this moment that I'm aware of my breath out, right? So it's very layered psychologically. But this combined with the fact that that is the point of the mantra. The mantra or the phrase isn't meant to take you to some enlightened existential reality. It's just meant to illustrate exactly what is going on in this moment, because that is the beautiful skill of mindfulness and powerful meditation. And that seems to be the hiccup or the difficulty with this practice. More than likely, in general, the problem is that we expect this to do something to us, when in reality it's supposed to do nothing to us but expose what is naturally arising. And so again, I enjoy the little game, noticing I am aware that I am saying I am aware of my breath in. I'm aware that I'm saying I'm aware of my breath out. And that becomes immediately yet another part of this living moment that I am meditating within. Couple other things. Overthinking, just like a quick explanation of that. Thoughts have a life cycle, and just like all seeds from a tree do not, do not fruit into a tree, right? They just sort of die and never become trees, and in that never really fulfill their life cycle. Thoughts have a very similar life cycle. The ambition or the intention of a thought is to be actualized. It is to affect and become behavior. And so if we want to reduce thinking, I just want you to appreciate that your stillness is the first blockade that hinders the life cycle of a thought. In your stillness, a thought has no chance of being actualized. And in that stillness and non-reactivity, physical non-reactivity, or very delicate sort of mindful movements, is a way of subduing overthinking. So if overthinking is an issue, don't think about it so much. Just understand that your stillness and your non-reactivity is a huge stepping stone or a movement towards the dismantling of thinking. But you will always think, right? So that's another piece that I hope helps some of you. And the last bit, and what we're going to sort of lead into for the remainder of this challenge, is this is just about reconnecting to a moment, right? You are a human being. You are enrolled in this challenge because more than likely you want to feel deeply and feel more than what you feel. Be more connected to the now, more connected to yourself, more connected to life. And more than just asking this technique or this strategy or sort of asking meditation to provide that, subconsciously, I imagine what you are really doing is asking yourself. You're asking yourself and acknowledging within yourself that there is a disconnect. And so more than anything, just sit as the person you are in the world that you know it as, or in the world that is arising in front of you. Sit as a fully fledged human being, meaning you have thoughts, you have judgments, you have fears, you have love, you have compassion, you have anger, you have resentment. There are things that irritate you in the moment. There are things that attract you in the moment. And it is a whirlwind of phenomenological experience arising and dissolving. But if you just sit as that and sit in the full embrace of what you are and what you are asking for, which is a deeper connection to something you do not know, but something that you only know, I think that would be helpful in a very deep and simple way. And because we're getting towards the end of this work, at least together, that idea, that understanding, that great reduction of this process, it's just human. It's just you. It's just you and the world. Might enrich what you're experiencing. Cool, everyone. So let's do it. I'm aware I'm breathing in. I'm aware I'm breathing out. I'm also aware that I'm saying I'm aware I'm breathing in. I'm also aware that I'm saying I'm aware I'm breathing out. very layered. And all of that is contained within your very personal and meaningful and yearned for human experience. And that's all we're doing. Cool, close your eyes. A few deep breaths in, a few deep breaths out. Settle into what you know of as your practice. And so this is the value of practice. Incomparably more valuable than reading books. Incomparably more valuable than listening to lectures. Thoughts have life cycles, just like the seeds of fruit, just like animals. And life cycles must touch certain checkpoints, certain states of maturation. Consider that the destiny, the intention of all thoughts is to be actualized. A fully fledged thought becomes a behavior. A fully embraced thought becomes a behavior. If we want to pull back on thinking, the first step is to subdue the behavior. And so stillness is that process. Stillness is that method. If I do not move, if I do not react, there is no hope that my thoughts will actualize. And in that, thinking will lessen. Thinking will remain immature in the context of its life cycle. And that is good for meditation, because we overthink. So take a couple moments and consider this. Your stillness is a strategy. The second concept was, more than anything, what you are asking for, what all meditators are asking for, is a deeper connection to themselves and their world. And by enrolling in this challenge, by committing to this work, you are not asking me. And you are not asking mindfulness. You're really asking yourself. Mindfulness is just a tool. And I'm just explaining the tool. But you are making a request to yourself. How can I feel more deeply? How can I exist more openly? Just hearing that sincere request is powerful. It's fuel. And so I ask you to sit in the acknowledgement of that request. Sit in the understanding that you in this moment, you in this chapter of your life, are asking for a deeper connection to yourself and the world. To answer that request, embody your practice. Be with the present moment on purpose, non-judgmentally. Use the phrase, the mantra, I am aware I'm breathing in as you breathe in. I am aware I'm breathing out as you are breathing out. To anchor your mind into the only place where you can actualize that intention. The only place you can truly feel uniquely connected to yourself and reality, as you are, not as you want to be. Not through action, but through being. Not through judgment, but acceptance. Just let the phrase pull your attention in. Let the moment arise. And when it greets you, understand that you are greeting it as a fully fledged human being. You are aware you are breathing in, and among other things, aware you are breathing out. This is true. you are also hearing and feeling and thinking. Because every dimension of this moment is alive and real. Enjoy the expanse of your awareness. Enjoy the fluttering of your attention. And as the moment crashes into what you identify as yourself, and emotions arise, embrace your own humanity. This is what it is. And we have all always known this. Now we're sitting with it. feel how your practice is shelter from endless judgment, shelter from the endless striving that every moment of our lives is defined by. Where life is conscious and unconscious trying, once you grasp mindfulness, it is a place of pure being. It is easy. Even the doing of the mantra, the repeating of the phrase, is a part of this moment. Notice you are aware of yourself repeating the phrase. You are aware of the mind following the instruction. And now even that is part of the automatic moment. Last time, observe your stillness subverts the life cycle of thought. Because thoughts are designed to become actions, and adopted thoughts are designed to become behaviors. To not move is to dissolve all action, and in that subvert thinking. as you sit in inaction, non-judgment emerges. And over time, the present, as it manifests, you, as you are, come into clearer vision. The sensation is allowed to be, the sound is allowed to be, the body is allowed to be, even the thinking mind, subverted from action, is allowed to be. And you, in your wholeness, are permitting yourself to recognize it. For whatever reason, this is good for us. One more breath in, one more breath out. I am aware I'm breathing in, I'm aware I'm breathing out. With an inhale, open your eyes. Nice. Awesome. Hope that made some sense, clarified some aspects of the practice for those that are still thinking. For the next 2 sessions, stay with your techniques, right? So set A was tall spine, breathe slowly to overcome the instincts that compels to be unmindful. And then the new exercise, set B, is just I'm aware I'm breathing in, I'm aware I'm breathing out. So for the next 2 days, I will be saying not a word. You'll turn on the Zoom and I'll be here, as I am. And you'll hear a bell. And then you'll hear a bell at the end of the session. And that'll be it. So it'll give you time to either practice what you know and fall into that really beautiful flow that you have developed for yourself, or it'll give you the time to sort of boil in whatever confusion is still lingering in your mind. And the beauty of this is if you just allow yourself to boil, your mind, the meat of your thoughts will soften and eventually fall off the bone. And you'll realize that you've been doing this the whole time, as I've said multiple times in this practice. And it was only a misconception somewhere in there that was preventing you from understanding that you have been being mindful every time you sat down and closed your eyes. And that'll be a good moment in your future. So the next 2 days, we will do that. Alrighty, y'all. You have a good one. Enjoy yourselves. Happy Friday. I'll see you tomorrow.